Hello, everyone. I am the Greek guy. I am from Greece. My name is Konstantinos Kaminaris. I am the VMware leader in Greece, like the guys. And I am working as a computer engineer since 1993. So I am excited to be here in Brussels. I am thrilled that I am presenting here for you at VMware Brussels, Belgium, VMware 2024. And most of all, I am just about VCF. Do you know VCF? Of course. Okay. My presentation is what I wish my mom had told me about VCF. You know, I choose this title because everyone has a mom, and every one of us and every day says, okay, do that, or don't do that, you should do that, and something like that. So my presentation is about VCF and what, from my point of view, we should have learned about VCF. When I said to my mom, Mom, I have to go to present something in Brussels, she said, okay, talk about VCF. My mom is not so young, so he doesn't know about VCF. But what can you say? Our mom's always a mom. So, VMware Cloud Foundation, the platform story. I am a QR coder lover, and you will find some QR codes into all my slides, probably, because I want to give you the position of where you can read some things about them. VMware Cloud Foundation is a set of tools so we can manage our private or public cloud infrastructure. The good thing about VCF, that is a consistent architecture and a consistent infrastructure across our entire environment and all of our sites. VMware 5.1.1, the new version, they said it's going to be a 5.2 in a little bit, but it brings new security, new scalability, and of course, a better approach and an infrastructure as a service approach into our cloud, into our private cloud. This setup is working better for us, and either you are an infra admin or a cloud admin or a solution architect, and help us administer our public and private clouds. VCF separates our workloads into management and application respectively, and here we can say that VMware products work better together because they are a set of tools there. Do you know, have you seen the new download site of Broadcom? Okay. VCF Cloud Foundation has 16 products, even a non-support product that doesn't. Okay, starting from VMware Cloud, VMware Tools, vRealize Automation. Well, vRealize is always also known as ARIA Automation now. So, VCF releases. VMware Cloud Foundation starts from 2.1 back then in December of 2016, and now we are in the VMware Cloud Foundation 5.1. You understand there are improvements on that product. There was a product before named Cloud Foundation, Cloud Foundry, I think so. It was from a company that bought from VMware back then. So, at my presentation, because I like to make it a little bit interactively, I have some gifts for you, okay? I will make some answers, and I have some browsers here, t-shirts better, okay? Like that, okay? This is an idea of mine, and it's a Yoda that said that bring order to the cloud house. It's my idea that VCF brings order to the cloud that you need either on-premise or on your public cloud. And we're starting with this. Who knows if VCF is an open source? Nobody? Currently, not only currently. Globally. Do you know?
Yeah.
Is it? Yes, of course. Oh, of course is it. Yes, of course is it. And here's a browser. So in every download version, you can find open source. So it's not for productive purposes, and there are some limitations on licensing. So it's mostly for test, and I will show you next. So what are the bill materials? VCF is a natively integrated software-defined data center. So it comes with the core infrastructure of vSphere, vSAN, and NSX. So starting with SDDC Manager, which is the first of the bill materials that is that comes with VCF, we can say that SDDC Manager automates our works and automate the entire life cycle of that programs. It's starting from the implementation to the provisioning, and help us to daily operations and management. And of course, it's vSphere, the well-known vSphere that has two components. And here is my second question. What are the two components of vSphere? You can understand that are easily answered questions, because VMware vSphere it was the first one. So who do you think that there are two core materials? Okay, yeah. Who answered first? Okay. Here you go, my man.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Third is vSAN and vVol that help us create a stack, a cluster of storages with either local or direct attached storage. The fourth is NSX. NSX, all VI workload domains, support NSX, and of course support NSXT platform. Then we have ARIA. ARIA is with the use of VMware ARIA Suite lifecycle, we can deploy VMware ARIA operation, ARIA automation, and ARIA automation for logs, and also workspace one access. Then we have Tanzu. By using Tanzu with VMware Tanzu integration with the VCF, we have a platform that we can run natively Kubernetes there. into our hypervisor layer. So, when you want to start VCF, where do you think we can start from? Well, my idea is the planning and preparation workbook, because it's where you can gather all your inputs and all your requirements, and this is the way you can bring up a VMware Cloud Foundation easily. It provides us guidance also by selecting the proper one that we need in order to install the required components of VCF for our purpose. So, there are VCF validation solutions. There are two categories of VCF validated solution. The first one is on-premise validated solution, and they are architecture designs that are technically validated and implemented by VMware and VMware partners. They are operational, of course. They are, let's say, secure, and they can be guided for all of us in order to make some solution. Starting from the identity and access management, okay, I do have a QR code for all of the solutions that you will that I will present, but I would change it into. But if you're starting from that one, you can find all the solutions there into the position of VMware site. So it's a step-by-step guidance, the identity and access management, in order to create an RBAC environment with the help of Microsoft Active Directory. We have the developer-ready infrastructure, of course, which provides us guidance to create a DevOps infrastructure. Sorry about that. And we can run Tanzu workloads there. Then we have a health reporting and monitoring. Okay. With VMware area operation, we can enable health monitoring HTML reports and custom dashboards, so we can have alerts and notifications. We have intelligent logging and analytics, again with the help of VMware area operation for logs. We can provide healthy and scalable logs management capabilities. Then we have an intelligent operation management. Okay. Then, okay. Sorry. Okay. With intelligent operation management, we can we do have with a single interface a way to create some let's say operations. Sorry, respond. It has. Okay. We can have respond to events and alerts with meaningful presentation. Yes. Then we have intelligent network visibility, which also with the most of them are with ARIA suite, and we do have VMware operation for networks, So we have a nice network visibility into our environment, into our VCF environment. Okay, sorry about that, the QR code. The private cloud automation. We have it's a way to create a modern cloud infrastructure, and we can do this with self-service automation and orchestration that way. Then we have a site protection disaster recovery with the help of 2 instance SDDCs into our environment. We can create a DR of our VCF. Last on-premise validation solution are advanced load balancing with the help of course, NSX advanced load balancing. We can have a load balancing solution for all of our workloads. I hope my English are not so bad, okay, and you can understand some. Now, for the hybrid cloud validated solutions, we have cloud-based workload protection, and with the use of VMware Life cyber recovery, we can enable the recovery of our on-premise VMware SDDC on VMware AWS Cloud. Then we have a cloud-based ransomware recovery. Once again, with the use of VMware Live cyber recovery, we can create some ransomware. We can protect our on-premise cloud and from the ransomware attacks. And then we have cross-cloud mobility. Cross-cloud mobility, we can use VMware ESXi, and in order to make some cloud mobility between our on-premise data center and VMware AWS cloud or any other cloud, the VMware ESXi can be used with AVS also. So, we need to have some installation into our VCF. There is the SDDC manager, can automate all the implementation and all the implementation of some of the designs that are given. And what about the others? You must perform either by hand or they are a faster and most accurate, efficient way to automate this, let's say, site protection and disaster recovery of a VCF. They are Microsoft PowerShell command lines, exactly, that they are giving us this solution. It cannot be used on all the platforms of VCF. These are the supported platforms. It has module dependencies because you need to install these into your computer, and also the QR code for the PowerShell mode. You can use anytime you want PowerShell commands that way by replacing all the provided sample values with those that you have made into your VCF planning and preparation workbook. So you can use it each time you have to choose a different VCF environment, let's say. So there is a very nice VCF diagnostic tool for vSphere, and now it's VDT2 version. Diagnostic tool was also known before that as the VMware vSphere Diagnostic tool, and it's a multi-product diagnostic tool for it's in which we can run directly into a vCenter server appliance. It can execute checks into our systems directly and provide us with simple pass, fail, or warning reports. It can also provide us some, let's say, information messages for certain areas, like vCenter Basic, the SSO checks that can made, Active Directory integration that we have, the vCenter certificates, the functionality of VMDIR, the core files of the VCF, the database usage of that platform, the disk space usage, and DNS functionality. It can provide this information for many areas, as you can see. Source like functionality, vCenter services, checks, and local identity sort checks, and solution user checks, of course. The tool does not make any changes into the environment, and it just provides us and adds logs to the output log files that we already have. Now, VCDT2 is rewritten, and it's transforming from just Python script from a Python framework, a health Python framework. Also, it has libraries for standardization and some format that we can reuse. So, do you know SOS utility? It's a very nice utility for supporting and supportability and serviceability. It's here for troubleshooting mostly, or mostly in order for some deployments that fail to understand why they fail. It can be run directly to the VMware Cloud Builder, which is the main tool that we can bring up a VCF environment and generate some information, and that can help us to understand it's failed if we're trying to build up a VCF environment. So they are collecting logs from ESXi host, from vCenter service instances, logs from the ACDC manager itself, the NSX manager, logs from the workload management cluster, and of course from the ARIA suite lifecycle manager, and some verifying files. Now, I was trying, I think, okay, I do have time, okay. Let's talk about the VMware Private AI Foundation. VMware, with the partnership of NVIDIA, of course, create an integrated, let's say, it's an integrated solution with AI capabilities, and with the support of VMware Cloud Foundation, and of course the NVIDIA AI. But the main key about VMware Cloud Foundation is that it brings, let's say, virtualization to our GPUs, and this is something that all AI workloads needs. So the performance of those tools are mainly being from the NVIDIA GPUs, as you can understand, this solution consists of this platform, let's say. They have this platform. The three keys of this platform are, of course, VCF as the Cloud Foundation and the integration for a self-service platform for AI workloads, and of course GPU visualization, NVIDIA AI Enterprise, and of course the major of those vendors, OEM. NVIDIA AI Enterprise must be purchased additionally in order to have a private AI foundation. If you need the QR code, as I said, is there. So this is something new. VMware Private AI with Intel. Once more, with the help of VMware Cloud Foundation, Intel, and VMware has. It's not productive, let's say. It's not productive. They are trying and they are conducting thorough, let's say, performance testing for AI, and VMware Cloud Foundation, with the help of Intel's AI software and the use of existing but specific Intel processor. It's from the 4th generation and needs to have also the AMX, Advanced Matrix extension. And they build, they make something that democratizes AI, because mainly most of our infrastructure has already Intel. And in order not for us to add some GPUs, they are very costly. Intel tries to create something for us, and with the help of VMware, it's something that it's nice to have. As our infrastructure is already in place. So, upgrade of VCF. This is an older slide, because now we are on 5.1, but from VCF 5.3 and after that, you can make an in-place upgrade directly without skip level. And but if you need to go from if you have previous version of VCF, I don't know many people, but if you have previous version of VCF you need to go to VCF 5.1, you have to start upgrading first your existing infrastructure into 4.4, and after that you have to make an in-place upgrade to 5.1. Okay, so how we can unlock the power of VCF with training? Well, I mostly make some readings in order to make the presentation, and in order to dig some information about that, I try to read a lot, and of course to test something. So we have VMware Hands-on Lab. This is only for VCF. Okay. We have VCF documentation. There is huge amount of information there, and you can find all my previous slides there. But you have to read a lot. And of course we have VCF communities, and that if you have any problem, any thinking, or just to ask something, you can go there and just start typing, and they will as soon as possible. And if you want something, somewhere to start, if you don't know VCF, this is what I take in order to understand the usage of VCF. And if you want where to go there, you need to have the QR, and this is the QR for that specific let's say online lab. Of course, we have to say something about, it doesn't matter, about VMAG. VMAG has a series that made in order to understand the value of VCF. They are the dates that each webcast is going to be. The June of 11, they are going to talk about VCF Private Cloud. On the 3rd of June, they're going to talk about architecture and scalable workloads on VMware Cloud Foundation. Some new stuff about the VCF. And of course, this is something that I will not lose. I prefer that you won't, I recommend that you shouldn't, because it's how we can use DPUs and GPUs into VCF. Generally, of course, the QR code for that, and they are trying to make some space into the course in order to run the application natively there. So they're trying to have DPUs and GPUs in order to have the AI or performance intense application run there, and some, as already mentioned into the keynote, DPUs to have there to run some workloads about networking mainly. So, Holodeck. Harold, in a previous presentation, talked about the Holodeck. Holodeck, for me, is so you can do training, you can do reading, you can do many things. But in order to understand and install a VCF, or you need to make some deployments or training into your environment, you have to use Holodeck. It's something like a playground, let's say. And if you have already a VCF and you do not want to break it, if you make some changes, some upgrades or something like that, you can create into only, it depends on your infrastructure, if it has many hosts or less hosts. You can have into an entire only ESXi host, you can have your entire infrastructure there. You can minimize that way the risk in order for doing that, and it won't take too long, because if you want to create a VCF environment into the Holodeck, it only needs some 2 or 3 hours to create the environment, and you can recreate it whenever you want, and you can play there. You cannot have your entire infrastructure into only an ESXi host, but mainly you can have the similar architecture of your entire network infrastructure there, environment. Also, VCF provides a nested VCF labs alongside with that environment, and they are isolated. This is the nice thing that you can have. You can have your production, and you can have an isolation environment like your productive one. And you can reduce your risk, you can isolate your entire environment. This is something for that I'm fond of that. This is from VCF, from Holodeck. It's the VMware Cloud Foundation Holodeck guy. So what are the steps to build a VCF lab? Oh, nice. Okay. First of all, you have to register to the Holodeck Tool Kit. You have to create a custom ISO image. They are giving step-by-step guide in order to build a Holodeck toolkit. So no bother to write them down or remember them. Thanks. After that, you have to prepare your physical ESXi host, and next you have to upload. You prepare your ESXi host. After that, you need to upload your ISO from the first step and into the ESXi and create your HoloConsole VM with that ISO. And after that, you have to deploy the vPod router. This is something that is special, intuitive into that toolkit, because this is all made with this vPod router, OVA. I mean, you create a router that isolates all your environment that you're going to build there, and it's separated from your productive environment, and it only needs one IP from your environment in order for you to dig in and play with it. Then you have to RDP into your VM with the IP that required for that router. So perhaps I ran it because I'm anxious, but okay. About the questions, I have given sorry. I have given also the T-shirt. So let's start from if you have any questions. I'm from Greece, okay. Many of those questions are typically those from my community. What will be the licensing? Because it's a big deal, the licensing scheme about VCF. Just said that if you have a VCF license into your environment, on-premise environment, you can have it in every other cloud that you want in order to create your DR. That it means with one license, you can go to VMware Cloud, to AWS, to Azure, whatever cloud you want. Training. Training is something that is building, but with online labs and some working documents that, and of course the validated solution. You can create some training on yourself. The use cases. Okay, use cases is if you want to have a VDI, you can have VDI. You can create a cloud on-premise environment. You can have, well, it depends on your needs. And do you have any technical? I'm a technical guy mostly, and if you need something to ask about, I try to bring a small NUC to have a demo but something went wrong. You can play with VCF into a NUC, okay, into an STT-ESXi there, and it's easy for you to start there. I crash it, but it doesn't matter. So, any question? No? No. I hope you do understand my English. Yeah? Okay. It was very nice being here in Brussels. Thank you for watching me. Thank you for attending into my presentation. This is in Greek. To pronounce it in Greek, it's ευχαριστώ. So thank you. And see you downstairs. Be free to do whatever you want. We will continue into the big venue for the closing of the VMAG, the UserCon, sorry. That's all, folks. Thank you very much.
There you go. Yeah.